This next video is my first in my series of Sunday Superlatives, looking back at college football. And much of the talk has been about Grant Wells, the redshirt freshman quarterback at Marshall who had an extraordinary debut. He went 16 of 23 for 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and about 3 or 4 of those balls were off target. The rest were drops or balls that got knocked away by defenders who managed to get back into the play. But his ball placement on all but less than a handful of passes was extraordinary. So if he continues along those, that path of development, we'll be talking about him as a early round draft pick. Other players that certainly made a mark, staying on the offensive side, everyone's talked about Jeremiah Haydell at Texas State, who made the OBJ with a twist catch, in that he had a defender holding down one of his arms when he made his falling backwards one-handed catch. Otherwise, kind of a quiet day for him, but you could see his talent. And he's a guy that's going to at least fight his way into priority undrafted free agent to day 3 discussion, and maybe higher if he tests extremely well. A few other players that I think I'd have to mention. Jalen Tolbert at South Alabama had a very, very good day at the office. I think he had 169 yards or so. And just looked like a man amongst boys, a guy who's decent size but plays even bigger. And once again, testing will say where he goes, but he could certainly fight his way into day 2 discussion. He's probably in the day 3 discussion already. On the running back side, most of the running backs who really stood out were younger guys. One of my favorites was the Sproles-esque running back at Texas State, and I believe he measured in Calvin Hill, measured in at 5'6" and 5'8" and 168 pounds, so hence the Sproles comparison. But 100 yards, only 13 carries, and a touchdown, and you could see, he's got something there. Like, there's some talent there. A few other guys on the offensive side. Another young running back is Deion Hankins of UTEP, a young man who's been in contact with Aaron Jones, and it shows to a certain extent. But he's a bigger back. He's 5'11" and change, 218 pounds, and probably runs in the low 4.5. So he's got an intriguing mix of speed and power. The other quarterback that people have been discussing, of course, is Shane Buechele, the son of Steve Buechele, the longtime Major League Baseball player, and he had 2 interceptions, one of which, was a great play by the defense. The other one was one that he certainly could have avoided. It looks like he got snookered, got fooled a little bit, but very productive quarterback, a guy that would fit into a system where the ball comes out very, very quickly, a quick game kind of system. He has enough arm, but you could see that he's sort of a max effort thrower. People always bring up Drew Brees anytime they see a guy who throws like that. Now, he's not Drew Brees. But he did show you a certain amount of command of the offense, quick decision-making, and mostly good accuracy. But like I said, he certainly a couple of times got fooled by the defense. I'll talk about the defense in a second. That stood out to me. But that's some of the offensive superlatives from the past day.